Hey traders, this is MACDaddy Trader coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about how you, yes you, can automate your own trading strategy using simple steps and simple indicators that can get you on the road to helping you in your trading journey. Now, before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when more videos like this come your way. First, you want to pick out your bar size and your bar type. Today, I'm using Ninza Rinko 18 and 3. You can use minute chart, second chart, whatever you want, whatever suits your fancy. We're also using NASDAQ futures, and this is NinjaTrader 8. First, what I'm going to do is I want to identify a specific strategy that I'm going to use. Today, I think I want to use a moving average crossover and pullback method into the crossover. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get some moving averages on here. First, let's go with this MA Cross Builder. Now you can find this indicator on my Discord. Just go to MACDaddyTraderHelp@gmail.com, shoot me an email, and I will get you that Discord link. But first, let's go ahead and make this moving average period, let's say 63 because I like it. And let's do color rising. I like all those. Let's do an SMA, yes, an SMA of 126, which is the double value of the EMA, just a lot slower. And it's also not exponential. And then we're going to go ahead and add these colors again. Let's change this to lime green. Let's change this. We'll keep that the same. And let's change this to red. All right. Everything looks good. Let's not draw at the cross, but let's color the region. Okay, let's color this green and this red. All right, and let's increase the opacity to like 50, and let's hit OK. Let's see how our strategy looks so far. Okay, now that is very blatant. You know what I like here? Without even looking, I want to take this trade right here, the bounce off of the ribbon. I want to take that bounce too. So, and that didn't go into the ribbon. And I don't want to take any of this chop that's going outside the ribbon. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Gave us a little. Maybe a fake out. That was too much. Here's one. That's a really nice one after a trend. So maybe something like this. Maybe we want to take the second bar after a reversal into the ribbon and back out. And we'll take our chances with that. So let's call that our strategy for now. We're in a trend. Maybe have a previous pullback, something like that. And we'll take this. We'll do that, all right? So how do we do that? How do we automate this entry right here? Let's say the second bar off of the reversal, and we want to take a trade, right? Well, let me show you. We're going to go to indicators. We're going to go to the indicator store folder, and we're going to go to markers copy. We're going to get two of these. So we're going to have 1, 2, and then we're going to have two logics. One for bullish, one for bearish. Now, once we got all those, we're going to name all of these. So this first copy is going to copy the 63 EMA. Now, we don't necessarily have to copy the exact indicator. We could just go in here and input the EMA indicator. But there's a couple administrative things we have to do first. First, what I want you to do is create a unique markers link ID. So that way all of these markers variables are unique to this chart. So because we're doing a crossover style and we're on 18 and 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 183X for cross, right? And I'm going to copy that. I'm going to Control C and then copy this and hit Control V, 183X. Okay, I'm going to do the same for this, and I'm going to do the same for this. Okay, so now that we have our ID convention named, we're going to change our variable, our markers variable name. So this first one, we're going to name it 63 EMA underscore M for markers. And then we're going to do the same, but just a little different. We're going to do M underscore 63 EMA for the label. Now the label is just going to show up here. It's going to say, hey, this is the markers 63 EMA, but your variable, the one that you're going to use little to no logic code with, is going to be this. All right, the 63 EMA. So that's going to be your identifier for the 63 EMA underscore M. And what we're going to do is we'll go to indicators. Don't forget, you have to go to input series. and then input your indicator that you're going to use. Now we could use the same one that we used previously, or since we know that it's just an EMA, we're going to go here, we're going to put 63, going to click OK, and it's there. You see it, and also you know that it's blue. It's going to plot blue, because if that's a plottable indicator, it's going to plot for you, and you're going to see it very visibly on this line. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Next, we're going to do that for this one, the slow, simple moving average of 126. So we're going to come up here. We already got our markers link ID. We're going to come here. We're going to input 126 SMA underscore M. And then we're going to do a little bit different down here, M126 SMA. Okay, and that changes it up. Make sure that you're not having the same label as your variable name. And then we're going to go to indicators, and let's do SMA. Okay, and we're going to 126. Okie doke. Okay, it's ready. All right, so we got 183X, 126 SMA underscore M for the variable name. We have our SMA 126 in there, and we have our label of 126 SMA, and we have a blue dotted line that's going to show up as well. All right, let's start with that first before we get into the logics. Okay, matter of fact, let's remove these logics first. We don't want to use those yet. So we're going to click OK, and we're just going to see if these lines turn blue. And they sure do. Look at that. So we successfully were able to copy these lines. And that's going to be instrumental and very important to the rest of what we're going to do. Now for the logic, I'm going to show you how you can put these into a logic form. And what that looks like is, let's go ahead and hit indicators. And let's go, I'll just show you this for now. We're going to want to put a logic in that box, logic to analyze. Obviously, we'll change our link ID and all that. But before we do this, let's go ahead and let's get out a handy dandy notepad. All right, now this is the layman's terms of what we're going to do for the bullish side. So what we're going to do is we're going to identify the logic structure for which bars are up and which bars are down, and what bar we have inside these bands, and the fact that the 63 is above the 126 SMA. All right, so this is how it's going to go. We're going to go close, current bar is greater than open current bar. And let's say we don't want this reversal candle as the entry, we want the next candle, so that way we don't have one of those one-offs. So close is greater than open, and then close 1 bar ago is greater than open 1 bar ago. And then we say and. Now we want 2 bars ago, sorry. Close 2 bars ago is less than open 2 bars ago. And let's say we want to ensure that we're going to have a deep pullback. So we're going to copy this. Let's say 3 more times, right? So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And all we're going to do, and that was a Control-C and a Control-V action to copy and paste. All right, so we're going to change that close to 3, this close to 3, the next one 4, and the next one 4, and then the next one 5, and the one after that 5. So this reads, the current bar close is greater than the open of the current bar, and the close of the previous bar is greater than the open of the previous bar, and the close 2 bars ago is less than the open 2 bars ago, so that means we're bearish on this one. And then same thing with the third and the 4th, and the 5th. So we got 4 bearish bars at least of a pullback before we go to the second bar in the reverse area. Okay, after that, let's go ahead and identify our EMAs and our SMAs. So we have 63 EMA M current is greater than 126 SMA underscore M current. Okay. And let's say, now that we have that, let's say we want at least the reversal candle and the first or the closest bearish bar to be inside the channel. Okay, so let's say that'll be the previous bar, because the previous bar is the reversal bar. So we say and low, because we're talking about the low right there. We're going to say the low 1 bar ago, because 1 bar ago is the reversal, is less than 63 EMA M 1 bar ago, and low 1 bar ago is greater than 126 SMA underscore M 1 bar ago. So we're saying it never went past this. It's just in here. Okay. And let's say that's all we want for that. Okay, and that looks pretty good. We identified the bars, the configuration of the bars. We identified the relationship of the fast moving average and the slow moving average. And then we identified the relationship between the reversal bar and the moving averages. So let's see how that looks. We're going to Control C, highlight and Control C. Then we're going to go over here. We're going to go to Indicators. We're going to go down to Markers, Logic. And we're going to put this in here. Paste. We highlighted and pasted. It gets out the other stuff. We're going to type in the markers link ID 183X to make sure it matches these. Okay. We're going to make this like 80. Okay. And we're going to enable this fast signal because that's going to allow us to automate this. So let's say bullish. Okay. Once we do that, you can change this label if you want. You don't have to. I'll go ahead and do it. See, it shows up right there. Okay, I have that. That's good. We're going to have a background show up. Let's go ahead and change this plot. Instead of gray, let's do blue. It's going to be a solid bar. All right, let's see if this works. We're looking for these to show up. It's calculated, so it'll tell you when it's ready. Boom. There we go. So now that you see where these really are, once you do that, what you're going to do is now to automate this, you're going to go to the indicator store and you're going to go click on markers plus, and it's going to give you the automation section. And during the automation, you don't need to worry about this. This is not a problem. You're going to ensure that the markers link ID is the same as before, 183X. Okay. And you're going to enable, let's see, we got market orders. Now this can be adjusted on the bar itself, so we're going to leave that the same. This can also be adjusted. Oh, there we go. We're going to hit fast signal mode, and we're going to type in whatever our bullish entry variable was called. So we called it bullish. We're going to copy that. Control C. I'm going to put it down here. Okay. Don't need to worry about bearish or the short signal name because we haven't even made that. This is just for the longs. Okay. Show P&L. You can change this to whatever you want your max daily profit to be, or if you don't have a preference, just 99999 it out. Same with the max daily loss. You can trade one per side if you had bearish also. So you could say if you set this to 1, it would trade a bullish, then a bearish, the next bearish, and then the bullish again. So back and forth. But I'll set that to 0. And you can change your time windows. So you can say, hey, I want 3 time windows. Let's say the first time window, I want pre-market. So I'm going to say 0. At least for me, it would be 0, 7. And let's say I want 31 because I don't want the first minute of that craziness. And then let's say I want that to go until open. And I'll say 0, 8, 29, 59. Okay. And then let's say 45 minutes after open, I want to start trading for real again. So I say 0. So 9:45 Eastern, 8:45 Central. And then let's say I don't want to trade after 11 Eastern. So that. And then let's say I really like the time period between 5:30 p.m. Central. So let's go 17:30. And let's say I only like to trade it until 7 o'clock at night. So we'll say 19. Okay. And time to close positions is midnight. Sure. You can unselect this so that way it doesn't close it. But if you want it to close there, you can. Okay. And so by all accounts, this is ready to rock and roll. So we click OK. And here is your markers bar. So if you want this to roll, what you're going to do is you're going to select your ATM. Let me just click one. So we go into our ATM strategy, we select our ATM, we select our account, and what we're going to do is we're going to click the account name to make sure it's active, and then we're going to select ATM. Now it turned to 100, and then we're going to click our wait time to make sure that everything's good there. Now, what we can do is if you want this to go auto, you hit auto and you enable your longs, and this is going to take every single auto long trade that you want it to. Now, if you want to do it semi-auto, you click this, and you only, let's say we're looking to the right here, and we're waiting. I want to see the first bounce through, second bounce. Okay, we're not there yet. I want to see some opening of that EMA. Here we go. Now let's wait till it's a little bigger. Okay, now let's go ahead and enable long. So the next long trade, I want to see it hit. So we're just doing this manually right now, but if it goes in, boom. So it would have taken that. If we were live, it would have taken this. If we were in a sim account, it would have taken this, and it would have entered, and it would have done your whole ATM strategy. And if you had your ATM set, it would have worked. And whether or not you had a very loose strategy, it could have taken. And it looks like we didn't get very far, but that's how that would work. So here's one. It would have taken all of these depending on your ATM. If your ATM was set for like, a stop loss of, let's say 200, it would still be in this trade depending on what your take profit level was. So let's say you were only trying to get 6 ticks. You would have gotten it there. 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 Okay, so you could make feasibly a scalping strategy out of this if you really want to. But I haven't tested that, theory here. Boom, boom, boom. So all of these would hit theoretically if you put this on auto mode. It just take it so long as your ATM's not rolling over into this next one. If you did want to keep taking the trades while you're already in a trade, you just go to your indicator, you go to your markers plus, and you say you unselect one trade per bar. So you would unselect that, and even if you were in a trade, it would take another trade, and it would keep taking trades. And you could unselect this to not enable reversals. So let's say you had a bearish come up, and you said enable reversal, it would switch sides right then and there. So you need to make sure you unselect that if you want it to take its full course. Same thing with this one trade per bar. If you want it to take multiple trades, you unselect that. But I have it selected for now. And that is how you automate a trading strategy. So that was just the bullish side. Try it on the bearish side. You can automate that too. And then you can back test a lot easier. If you're doing it manually, you can see where the entries are. And you can also automate your entries. And you can decide how much daily take profit you want or daily max loss. And as long as it's within your risk management parameters, then that's what you go with. So if you like what you saw here, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you want to join the Discord, go ahead and shoot me an email at MACDaddyTraderHelp@gmail.com, and I will get you that Discord link. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more content like this, leave a comment. Say you want part 2. If you want this template that I just made, I'm going to go ahead and save it right now. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll drop this template into the Discord, and y'all can play with it. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.